It's fine Monday morning here. I got up, went to the gym, got back. It's only 7:25. I'm on vacation this week, so I wanted to get the gym out of the way. That way I can spend the rest of the day with my mother and wife, and we'll just go run around and see what kind of trouble we can get into. But this right here is a response to Boston Blade Review's open tag for most carried work knife. Now, you know, Boston's my boy. We do the live chat, happy hour live chat together. We've been YouTube friends for quite a while now, so I felt really bad. He put that tag out, and I'm like, dude, I feel like a dirtbag because I haven't been able to respond to your tag yet. And he goes, hey, man, I understand. You know, you got family there and stuff, but still, it's just the point of it. You know, I feel like I'm behind if I'm not up in the now with my boys on YouTube. So I'll go through this real quick. Now, when I was younger, this is kind of the knife that I'd always would carry. A Case Sawbuster. When I worked in the sawmills and on the farms and stuff, I didn't have a lot of options. You know, I didn't have a lot of money. So it was basically, you know, go get you a Sawbuster and put it to work and, you know, until you lose it. And that's kind of what happens. But this right here, I believe, is a 76 model Case Sawbuster. I actually found this at a flea market. This isn't the original one I've ever had. That thing is long and gone. So I picked this up at a flea market. It was covered in bright red rust. I've kind of brought it back to life. It does have some pitting there, but this was kind of my first ever work knife that I'd ever used back probably the late 80s. And just because it was simply all I could get my hands on. It was all I had money to buy. You know, probably get these for the full-size model like this was probably, I don't know, probably close to 20 bucks back then. But this is a good knife. You know, a lot of people love the Sawbuster Juniors now, but the full size back in the day, this right here is a pretty big knife. If you look, I'm a pretty big dude, and again, it's got my full hand on this, and look how much we got sticking out the bottom. So, you know, this is a well-made knife. This thing is sharp too, so want to be real careful with it. You know, it does show a little bit there to the, well, that'd be the pile side, I guess. Hell, I don't know. But anyway, this was my first one. This was what I'd use around the farms and stuff. You know, cutting twine on hay bales, working in the sawmill. You know, you're always needing to cut stuff, bands, stuff like that, but this is what I usually have in my pocket. Once I got a little older in age and kind of work at the employer I have now, my first job there, I really worked around large animals and stuff, so I needed something quick to get out of my pocket, open up really fast in a hurry. I actually started my career where my wife works now, and always needed something that was fast opening, and it wasn't this knife because the knife that I originally had for that job made it into the bed of a dump truck and is somewhere in a compost pile. So it was a Kershaw. It was an assisted opening knife, but that's what I would carry on the job and until I lost it. But this right here is a knife that I would need for that, and that I would kind of stick out, and I wouldn't be too afraid of losing. But the Kershaw that I lost, I think my wife, she paid some good money. I think it was $55 or $60 she paid for it. But I also, when carrying one of these, and I still carry, but I'd always have a Leatherman as well, because you always needed pliers and a little bit of tools to kind of do some work. So Leatherman was kind of the jam that you would need on that job as well, just to get some little things done, whether it's fencing, snipping wire, stuff like that. So a Leatherman's a good option for that, especially with the kind of tools that you have. Now, it wasn't this one either, because my sons would always borrow my Leathermans and to go fishing, and they would never come back. But my youngest boy bought me this one here. This is the Leatherman Sidekick. He got me this for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I keep this in my EDC pouch now and take it to work now in case I need it for anything. But the reason I like this so much is the one-handed opening. You know, it's a liner lock, like a liner lock knife. One-handed opening, closing for the knife, and then you got the saw over here, and that is an aggressive saw blade as well. So this is what I would like to carry in that job. And then when I moved apartments, I still needed something like this because we were always working on our own stuff. Some of the stuff we would work on, for an example, a huge, what you would call cage washer / tunnel washers with huge arms, kind of like a car wash that you would stick things in, and it would wash and sanitize the equipment using high pressure steam and hot water. So that stuff was always getting clogged. The little holes in the spinners that would shoot the water out would always get clogged with certain material, and we'd have to take those arms off. Instead of calling pipe fitters in to take care of it, I was like, dude, we started doing it with just the tools we had on site with my Leatherman, and I would take in a crescent wrench or something. But I was like, dude, you know, to keep from calling pipe fitters in here to do this, we'll do it. Just, you got to get me a set of tools. So what they did is they went out and got me a set of tools. Me and my buddy, they got us a set of tools from Walmart. And after that point, instead of calling like a mechanical company to come in and take care of the problem, we would do it with that little set of tools from Walmart. And we just made it work. And, you know, and that's kind of... Then when I moved from that department to where I work now, I kind of started going with something like this. Nothing too aggressive, but still in case I need something one-handed opening. Because now I'm really not a frontline worker any longer. I'm what you would call lower middle management, I guess. But, you know, I really don't even need a Leatherman that much anymore. But I do take it just in case it's ever needed. You know, I keep it in my EDC bag instead of carrying it on my belt. But then I just usually have a one-handed opening knife like this, just in case. And I also went back to carrying a traditional knife. I would always take a traditional, stick it in my lunchbox usually. But now, with what Mr. Georgia Adventure made me, I just took this off my belt. This right here is what I will be carrying every day. I'm back to carrying a traditional. I'll carry both. You know, I'll have the traditional and something like this. But I definitely just want to get back in the habit of carrying a traditional, because that's kind of what I grew up on. And we want to thank Mr. Georgia Adventure. And don't forget about Joe Ventures. He makes some great leather materials as well. And there's some more stickers over there. Jersey Knife Guy, TK, Big Red in the middle. Mr. Knife Delights, we're thinking about you, Tom. So, guys, this is kind of what passed, a little bit past, kind of now, real now. So this is Big J's Knives, kind of everyday work carry. You know, from when I was younger to moving up through, and where I'm kind of at now. I'm kind of to the point now where I like something like this now, because this is kind of what I grew up on, and you know, just a beautiful knife. Case makes beautiful knives, and I want to get back into it, and that's kind of where I'm at. You know, nothing wrong with a Spyderco or anything, because I think Spydercos make some great knives, and I love the compression lock. But just get back to the roots, and this right here is my new jam. These two right here. So, and like I said, I always have that. But guys, if you haven't seen some of the responses, I was, after everyone went to bed last night, I'm up in bed, and I want to catch up, you know. So I'm watching the responses as many as I can, and I'm texting Boston at the same time. I said, "Hey, have you seen? I saw your slip joint had one, and he's over, I think, in England." I'm like, "Dude, you're reaching across the pond," and he's like, "What do you mean?" And I told him, and he went over there and watched it real quick. But another guy who I watched yesterday, and there's been more than this, but I hate mentioning names because you always forget about people. But Jersey Knife Guy had a good one. But Randy WSG, I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff, but he really can't carry stuff like this just because of the field he's in. But he showed the tools that he can carry, and that was very interesting. I thought, hey, that's thinking outside the box. A guy who can't carry something aggressive, like, say, these three right here, but he can carry maybe some different tools just because of what he does. And I don't want to say what he does. I want you guys to go and watch his video, because it was very interesting, and I enjoyed different stuff like that all the time. So, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Get over to Boston Blade Reviews channel. If you're not subscribed to him, definitely do so. But I'd say if you're on me, you're probably already on him. But yeah, guys, and watch the responses. Like I said, I know I've forgotten people, but I'm kind of in vacation mode and trying to do a lot of things at once here. I'm kind of out of my element, but I definitely this is a video that I wanted to do and get out there for everyone to see. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Happy Hour live chat this Saturday. It'll just be me in Boston this week. Probably just doing a recap of you know, what we've been doing and stuff like that. So definitely tag along. Hey, Stay sharp and stay strong, fellas.